Namaste, beautiful humans. How are we today? So, what are we here for today? This right here, guys. WORX jaw saw. So I just happened to get a chance to operate this bad boy, and I want to take you guys along with me, and I'm going to tell you what I think about it, and I'll show you how to operate it. It is not my tool. I just happen to be able to use it. So I want to, and actually I've used it already, and I thought it was pretty neat. So I want to do a review on it, tell you what I think, show you how it works, and I'm going to cut this stuff behind me. I'll take a measuring tape, I'll show you how big the stuff is and that, but and we'll go through, I'll show you how to operate this thing, and we'll do some video on how it operates, yeah? Let's do it. So to give you an idea of what I'm actually doing, guys, you can see on the property line how it kind of goes nice and smooth around here and just sort of rounds around, and then all of a sudden, bam, you have this. Well, this right here, and that's sticking out over the grass. It hasn't been mowed in forever. So basically that's what I want to do, is get in there, right in here, and cut all of that flush so that it ends up coming out nice and straight over here. Again, you can see it. So this is what we're after. This is what I'm going to be cutting out.
I have her at that.
Oh, perfect. So real quick, I'm going to take the tape measure. We'll walk in here and just kind of get a look at the branches, that how big they are, and that way you have an idea. So I think the furthest point that I'll probably cut is going to be back here somewhere. So this bottom branch is going to be one of my biggest branches, and it looks to be about 3 1/4. And then there's another really healthy one right here. I don't know if we'll be able to get that one. That's probably, yeah, that one's about 4 inches. So, and I believe the saw is supposed to be able to do that. So we'll definitely find out. Yeah. All right. So let's get to cutting. I'll take you guys with me. We'll put everything together, hook up the power cord, and I'll go over the saw and some of the operation things with it real quick, and we'll get to cutting. Let's do it. So one thing I want to mention, gang, real quick. And I think it's imperative to know, and some things seem like common sense to one person and it may not be to another, but guys, if you're going to run, this is an electric piece of equipment, so if you're going to run an extension cord to run this thing, you want to try to get a good extension cord. So you want to get a quality extension cord, and you want one, you try to get the length of the distance you're running. So if you're going to be 100 foot away, then try to get a 100-foot cord. What you don't want to do is take 10 Christmas cords, 20 foot, and try to get 200 foot out in your yard. You're not going to get anywhere. You're either going to burn up your machine, or you're going to keep kicking your breakers inside. So you want to have a quality cord and as little cord increments as you can go. So if you've got 100 feet and you've got a 100-foot cord, use that. Don't use 250s, okay? And get a good quality cord. So I'm going to get this cord run, and we'll go over the saw real quick, yeah? Let's do it. So we're all plugged in, ready to go, yeah? So there's a few things I want to show you on the actual tool itself, just real quick. You've got right here on the handle, you've got an upper and a lower trigger. Because this thing's versatile, you can operate it in any position whatsoever. So if you're left-handed, right-handed, makes no difference. One or the other has to be depressed before you pull the trigger, and then it should run, yeah? Okay, next, this is a chainsaw, so it does take oil, or bar oil. And there is a reservoir with a white, if you can see this right here, that white sleeve, that lets you know how much oil's in there. The little plug is right here. You pop that open, put your little funnel in there, put a little oil in there, make sure it's full, and you're ready to go, yeah? The other thing, how to operate it. Basically, it's very simple. This thing's very light. It's meant for anybody. Basically, all you're doing is pushing in on the bar, yeah, and you can see how this bar comes down when you push in on the handle. It's very, very simple. And that's it. When you start pushing down, that blade actually sucks the wood up into the jaws and cuts it. So let's get to a video, yeah? Show you how it works. Hey gang, one other thing I wanted to mention before I get started. You know, I took like a broom handle. I took a stick, but a broom handle, something like that, anything like that works. But if you're gonna get in some bushes and stuff like this, you want to go ahead and maybe take something and just kind of go ahead of yourself and brush around there in the base and kind of knock around and make sure there's no rabbit's nest in there. Make sure there's no bird's nest in there. Make sure there's no snakes in there, and you know you're being safe for yourself and considerate for something else that might be in there. I mean, it's just a bush; it could come out after the nest is gone, you know. Anyway, something to keep in mind for anybody that loves animals. I love animals, so. All right, everybody. So, as you can see, mission accomplished. Yeah. A couple of things I want to tell you real quick. The oil to cut what I cut here today, it ended up just using what I had put in there. So that one fill, and that was it. What else? You saw how this thing works. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it works great. What do I think about it? I think it's an excellent tool. I don't own this one. I mentioned that earlier, but I'd absolutely buy one if I had the property. This isn't my place, but if I had the property that I needed to be doing this, and this is a couple years old, guys. This isn't new, and I want to tell you that too. I think the biggest piece that I cut was the 3.5 inches. It wasn't 4 inches, it was 3.5 inches. And I noticed it went through there a little slow. This was a live tree, so but I think it needed sharpened, to be honest with you. I think the chain needs sharpened, and they do sell chains and things for these. But anyway, I think it was an excellent product, guys. And if you got anything out of this video, please, you know it's time. I gotta ask you, hit the like button. And if you like the videos, you want to see more videos, I'm always going to be doing reviews. I've decided that's something I'm going to do all the time. You guys seem to like it, and I thank you for that. So I do appreciate it. And for those who have subscribed, thank you very much. So yeah, subscribe, hit the bell if you want to keep getting notifications. And that's it, guys. This thing, excellent. I mean, the video speaks for itself, yeah? You saw one of the favorite things I like about this. Before we end, I want to tell you this, and that's where, and I did the slow motion video where you watch the jaw, where the chain comes down and misses the ground. That is just so, because you can come in here and, you know, anybody that's operated a chainsaw before, especially around the ground, what's the first thing you do? You hit the ground, your chain's dull. This thing, you can't hit the ground. You know, that's it. Unless you hit a mound of dirt with it or something, that's different. But if you're on a flat surface, you got at least a good 1/2 inch before that jaw, or I'm sorry, before the blade would hit the ground. and then it, you know, it pulls the lumber up into it. So anyway, it works really well, guys, girls, anybody. If something like this is what you're after, I would certainly suggest it. 10 in my book. Hope you enjoyed the video. Much love and respect.